Hello, and welcome to Academy Rush. I'm James Dash Patterson here to bring you the first ever broadcast of 4 simultaneous League of Legends games. Let's take a look at the matchups we have in store today. Rivington will be covering TSM versus Immortals, where we will see the long-awaited debut of Evolved as he faces off against one of the last year's best Academy mid laners in Insanity. Perennial powerhouse Academy team Cloud9 will take off against Team Liquid. Both rebuilt rosters, and Ori returns to the pro scene, facing off against Mike Young in the jungle. Dignitas will get first crack at Evil Genius's Academy, where Phoenix will debut in the bot lane alongside Ole, opposite Deathly and Matt reunited after a year apart. FlyQuest Academy is up against CLG, where OCE Import Triple has come stateside to play for FlyQuest, while Fragus finally gets his chance in the spotlight as the jungler for CLG. Now we'll close out the day with a rematch of the 2019 Summer Academy Finals, Golden Guardians versus 100 Thieves. Golden Glue of the Golden Guardians will join me to help break down that matchup, but first, it's time for Academy Rush. Let's jump right into TSM versus Immortals, where Rivington has the call.
This one to you live. It is Immortals Academy versus TSM Academy. It's actually going to be TSM coming at you in the blue trunks. Immortals is over on the red trunk side this time as they play from the top-down side of the map. And what an awesome lineup we have on both sides. A lot of new players, some players coming down from the LCS, some players previously playing with each other before. If you look at that top lane of Dokla and Alarim, they used to be on the Optic team together. So a lot of really cool stuff to talk about in a new season of Academy. We're at 2020 now, and we are into a new decade. So let's see who can put their name kind of on that plate of greatness here to start things off. Academy's going to run just kind of the same as the LCS along 2 splits in that 9-week season, but the playoffs are going to be different. You might have seen LCS change around. We're still going with the top 6 teams here in Academy, and then you'll get them split up with the first 2 getting a bye. So as the season goes on, you can remember that, who's going for that playoff spot and who's going for those buys. But right now, it's all the beginning. We're right in the first pages here, and we're going to have to see who signs off on game number 1 as this chapter could come to a close quite fast. We have had fast games all around in each region, very low times because of just the way the Dragon Souls are flowing and how the games are playing. As we see Immortals getting themselves pretty nitty-gritty here as they get into the jungle of TSM to start things off. Potluck, Apollo, and Gate there. What a bottom lane. Apollo and Gate, 2 big LCS players, along with Potluck, somebody who wanted to get himself back into the scene, was a coach for a while for GGA, and really just wanted to find himself doing more work on the Rift. Loss, gonna have a bit of damage to him. He does get the Aphelios this game, so it'll be great to see what he can do here. Pretty dominant in that laning phase, and great for the early win. We haven't seen too many games going
Thresh, Matt on Nautilus, who tends to be more favorable in a defensive and passive state. Likes to play it safe until he's in a fully confident sort of area to try and aggress in. No real massive minion waves to get pummeled by, no junglers coming in to get you, and you already noticed that with the warding that they had on that bottom side. Already 2 wards here for Dignitas Academy, making sure that they have complete and absolute dominance here in this bottom side, being confident to proc some of these demolished stacks and get to those gold plates quickly. Now the rotation down as well. We did sort of see a focus on getting this bottom lane ahead. Sure, not in the picks and bans, but in the game style as well. Seeing if Svenskeren and Acadian will set their eyes.
Quite yet. Instead, just going to focus on that red buff. So pretty good start from him, just trying to get that experience, but currently is behind Mike Young. That's okay for the moment though, because Rek'Sai still has very powerful counter games. Should he be able to predict Mike Young? And let's talk about Inori for just a quick second. For those of you not familiar, he was in Scouting Grounds this year. He also played on the Scouting Grounds circuit on Team Anu and has actually been a very powerful player for both teams, as he is a jungler from a long career on the LCS. So you can see that he has been on Team Liquid Academy from his history, as well as P1. So he has had a storied career since 20.
From here, we jump over to EG Dig to check back in. Still deathless for both of these teams. The gold very much even. The bot lane, though, a little action breaking out. Let's see if it turns into anything.
Will he be able to do enough damage to really make it worth it and have Svenskeren have that dominant pressure in this jungle on the bottom side? As a matter of fact, it does turn out to favor them. Evil Geniuses turning that pressure back onto Phoenix and Ole. And now on the top side, Acadian actually is able to get both of the scuttlers as hold on, Demonte doing a huge amount of damage, getting that kill onto Kumo. Solo kill, first blood, going to Dignitas Academy. And on top of that as well, We did just see Acadian take both of those scuttles, so that's a lot of gold funneling.
Oh, kill for DeMonte. I know a lot of fans are going to be happy to see this guy out there playing League of Legends. Still trying to find his way back into the LCS, but you kick off your Academy split like that, and you're fast-tracking your way back to the big leagues. If we hop on over to TSM versus Immortals, we can see that a little pressure is put mid lane just to buy that Nautilus some room to back. Still killless for both of these teams. We're waiting for this one to break.
Not many coaches come back to play, and now bringing that knowledge onto the Rift could really help open up a few more avenues of styles to play the game, a voice to listen to that could be calm in a situation where everybody might kind of be freaking out about what's going on. So looking at how this bot lane's playing out, 33 to 31, I kind of feel like Aphelios should be going a little bit harder, but Apollo, that's his Ezreal. He knows how to play safe. He's not going to let Lost get into that range right now with the Graviton gun to get that lockdown. And I believe Calibrum secondary with that rifle for himself. So just switching back and forth. Apollo obviously keeping an eye on those guns as Treats tries to get himself pushed forward. I like the Leona. It just seems like tanks in the bot lane are the way to go right now. People can follow up on that. You don't have a jungler that's going to be super far ahead or super tanky to initiate. So you got Braum for Gate, Treats on the Leona. Actually looked like he was going for Apollo there, but he does get Gate. We're going to get some good damage on this.
A little bit of trading will happen between these two bot lanes. No one worse for the wear, though, as we hop on back over to C9 versus TL. Right back here in the bot lane, Inori looking for a gank. Still pre-level 6, so won't be able to use that ultimate as a gap close or finisher. Let's see if he can find his opening.
He's been spotted quite yet. And without any wards, this is extremely dangerous for Team Liquid Academy's bot lane. He's moving forward, there's the spot, and everyone's gonna move up. The Lantern comes in, but without level 6, Inori just can't get into that fight. Very good defensive play coming out of Team Liquid Academy. Cal, especially able to get out of that one. Very, very impressive. Did burn Flash, might be dove in a second, but for the moment is able to survive. Looking back at the mid lane, Palafox versus Yusui, and I want to talk about this matchup a little bit more, just because these are two of the top mid laners coming out of Academy in 2019. Palafox, of course, of the Golden Guardians Academy roster that did incredibly well in the summer split, and Yusui on the Echo Fox Academy roster, who, although didn't produce results as a team, Yusui's individual stats, including kills, kill participation, gold, CS per minute, all very, very high on a failing team, and that's very impressive for a mid lane player who's usually so team dependent. And speaking of dependent, in Season 10, we are dependent on Dragon.
Instances of Baron steals, and this guy was able to steal a few from FlyQuest, also clutch in the playoffs. And let's see what they have here against Gate on the bot side. More aggression now that they know Gate's a little bit hurt. Flashing forward, Lost is going to pick up the first kill. That's what I'm talking about from this AD carry from the bot lane of TSM, playing very aggressive.
As that first blood is picked up for TSM, we're back on over to EG Dig. Asleep in the mid lane is Kumo, but he'll find his way out as Acadian looks to help out his mid laner.
Possibly in that lethal range for Elise and Zoe to finish him off, but they don't know Sven Skaren's here. Acadian taking a huge amount of damage. Here comes Call of Forge God. Will he be able to pick up anyone? No, DeMonte is able to take the first kill as Brandini's teleport comes in as they're able to trade that 1-for-1, but Lorlo is just there as well. Gonna see if they can finalize that kill that they invested for, but they're not able to do it just yet. The trades are coming in. Phoenix is able to find that kill onto Kumo finally. And Ole seeing if he can wrangle up a Matt as well, and he does. A double kill for Phoenix, the new marksman for Dignitas Academy. Jumping now to a 1,000 gold lead, and with the presence in that bottom side, they will take a Cloud Drake as their prize. And so far, already seeing expectations being met here from Dignitas Academy. Their collapse onto that bottom fight was so much.
Show some power from that mid lane. Here on the bot side, the pressure going over to Immortals now pulls down TSM, and they could get a kill over here. It looks like Treats could be going down, and he will as he goes back in the fight to try to save the rest of his team. Nice kick by Pollock as they are all down on the bot side now, and it's going to be even a few more going down as they pull him into the Urgot belly, taking it down, and a channel back for Alorm. He feels good on that TP. 1-0-1's around the
skirmish victory for Immortals as they put themselves 2K up as we hop on over for our first look at CLG. FlyQuest just getting in the game. Stalled out a little bit in Champ Select, but we can take a look at what they've drafted for themselves. We're seeing our second Rumble of the day here in the mid lane, so we'll have to see how this one fares in a different matchup. And then, of course, as we mentioned, CLG and Frogis looking for a way to stamp his name on the jungle with an early invade here on the red buff.
All new players in some respects to this squad are going to look to try and maybe contest for this red buff. No vision though around this side means that Phil is going to have to face check, gets himself played. That could be in trouble. Ultra proccing is enough to save him maybe. Ignite is down, but that is first blood over to Kiana. Now Fnatic is going to have to get out of there. Does get healed, but Wind able to take him down and get his own first blood as Fracas will die as well. What a fracas here around the red buff for this late invade. Has gone real upside down for CLG as Wind is going to fall as well as Mash, making his return to the North American pro scene, will get himself his first kill. And you know what? We're trying to set things up, and that was quite a way to start off the game. 4 kills in 2 minutes, and these were teams, I think, that played fairly deliberately in a lot of their time last split, but that was anything but. New jungler there for CLG. Haven't seen Fracas in a while. Again, both these teams have very different looking rosters. Fracas was on 100 Thieves Academy and then didn't really get a chance to play with both the main team and the Academy team swapping back and forth between players. So Fracas kind of left in limbo, was a hot scouting grounds prospect himself a few years ago, known for his good aggressive gank timing, and I think just generally looked really solid on that team with Stunt and the rest of those 100 Thieves Academy rookies. But that invade
between everybody as we get another play from Potluck here. He's trying to stay omnipresent on the map, calling the team over. He's the first one there. Can the gap be closed? Few too many minions there for a depth charge anchor toss, but they are going to get it through. Nicely done. And there it is. Fear Beyond Death once again. You hardly see that once in a game, now twice. Spica has to go in to get this kill, but he might put himself in the frying pan as he goes down immediately. A double kill for Alorum. Is Potluck going to stay alive here? The chain's going to hit. One last auto attack. The corrupting pot. It is a good enough amount of damage with that last auto attack. I was going to say he's healing it, but he stays and he gets the kill. Nice job by Evolved. Going to pick up double buffs there, but Alorum's getting big. You know an Urgot can get very, very scary. He sees mid lane, he sees minions, and he is going to go start farming that one up. This looks amazing for him, and we'll see what they can get out of that. Apollo towards top. They're going to switch this around. They say things are getting a little too crazy.
Looked like disaster, but TSM was able to equalize. 2-for-2 trade there in the top lane. Of course, they're staring down a very, very scary Urgot there in the top lane. C9 TL, probably the closest of our 4 games happening currently. Only 1K separates these two, just approaching that 12-minute mark. Taking a look at Fudge in the top lane up against Jenkins Mordekaiser. Let's see if we see any action break out. Nevermind, down to the top, or bot lane rather, as Inori again looking to get his ADC ahead.
Joining the bot lane, actually. Might be able to pick it up. There's no wards, but that said, Team Liquid Academy still playing very cautious, and as I say that, ooh, going golden is Cal. The Corrupting Chains did land, as did the hook. Coming in from Thresh, there's the big Moonlight Vigil, but Mike Young is here, and he goes golden as well, so Inori once again doesn't pick up anything, but meanwhile the top laners have teleported in. Inori extremely low, here comes Yusui as well. Mike Young very, very low, Fudge is in on him, but the equalizer comes out, and Mike Young is actually able to EQ out of that one. So overall, a 1-for-0 in a 5v5 team fight. Once again, the advantage going over to Team Liquid Academy. A very nice counterplay coming in, and the double teleport play also very clutch coming in from Yusui and Jenkins. If we look at who picked up those kills, if we think about what that means in terms of momentum, we got
in the bot lane there for C9 TL as both AD carries still somehow miraculously deathless. Back over to FlyQuest CLG. Let's see how FlyQuest chooses to capitalize on their early lead from the botched CLG invade. JJ sitting alone in the bot lane, doing a little support CSing, waiting for his AD carry to make his way back.
After the 2016 Scouting Grounds went well for him, but couldn't find an opportunity on a team to play. So he's like, you know what? The Academy offer I thought I was going to have fell through right at the time the league was franchising. Didn't get an opportunity to play on a team, so instead said, instead of sitting around and hoping I get an offer, I'm going to go.
From here, we hop back on over to EG versus Dig, as it looks like Kumo's receiving some pressure in the mid lane. Goes golden for a moment to see if he can come away with a beautiful turret defense, trading 1-for-1 as Sven comes in to try and pick an extra one up.
Control to secure the kill with the assistance of the turret. You don't want to see the damage charts on that one. It was all the turret's help from there, and Kumo was just a support. But speaking of supports, Matt once again getting caught out. 0-2 on the Nautilus, just not having any fun. And you know, he's paying his dues with not being able to get any wards out there, getting vision, trying to find some control in the river, but it's all Dignitas's game here. This is what we expected out of this team. so far. Essence Reaver grabbed up here for Deathly. First one to actually grab it here between the two marksmen. He decided he's had a little bit more time going back, farming up. Might as well
try and survive that turret dive, but it does end up in a 2-for-1 trade at the end of it all. Now back over to TSM Immortals. Rift Herald was dropped in the mid lane to try and create some pressure, and a fight breaks out. Let's see how it plays.
Anchor toss coming in, and the damage is going over onto the side of TSM. Beautiful by Immortals to set that one up and start cleaning up the members they needed to. A little too far forward. Interesting play there, goes down. They do lose one, and not too big of a problem though. Treat's trying to do what he can to stay on the front line the entire time. Looks like Evolved will stay with that one, and the ultimate will fizzle out. So Treats goes down. Potluck is one that goes down. He's going to be trying to get
1-for-1 trade there as Immortals defends the Rift Herald push. Shelly did get her charge off, but no turret goes down in the process. EG, in the meantime, looking to secure a Rift Herald of their own. Let's see if Dig can defend this one.
Anytime for Dig Academy to get in, which they're doing just now. They're going to find Matt Call, the Forge God coming in. Headbutt is going to be able to grab him. They don't take out Matt just yet. The stopwatch does come in, but Bullet Time separates the team of evil geniuses. And now the hunt is on for Dig Academy. Cocoon grabs in. Kumo running for his life, and Brandini just being out of reach of Ole's death sentence and escaping with his life. Nice disengagement there, but hold on, Flash, Cocoon there from Acadian. Will he be able to have enough damage? There's the repel, denying some damage, getting back in. The kick from Svenskeren secures the kill for EG, but will not go unanswered. Damonte picking that one up and still looking for more, and decide to fall back. They were able to call off
successful
that
defense
penalty
there for Dig as Damonte and Phoenix are looking to pop off in their first game of the Academy 2020 split. FlyQuest CLG, let's see what's going on over here. FlyQuest still very much in the driver's seat. 1.2K up, looking to secure their first drag of the game.
The preseason is kind of soloing down those early Drakes. Drake's never been too hard to kill on your own with a little bit of map awareness and the right kind of champion, but Fnatic able to easily start the solo with Mash and JJ having priority in the lane, and once again he is going to dip in, see if he can't find an opportunity to find a gank, but instead Fracus will just continue what he's done all game.
Hey, how about some action over in C9TL? Let's take a look at Thresh. Keep your eyes on him, see how this one works out.
Available for another 2.5 minutes. You want to make sure you have the river totally warded and totally under control in case a play like this happens. Where you do see Diamond moving in, flashes forward, gets the flag, gets the hook after the flash. What a predict! Coming out of the veteran Cloud9 Academy player. They're extremely low, is Yusui, and does go down immediately. Mike Young also very, very low. Another hook lands from Diamond. Is that Mad Life in his prime? He goes down, and that's going to be 2 kills picked up for Cloud9 Academy. Very, very good stuff coming from the aggression of Cloud9. They're able to see the pressure coming in from the river. They take it back, getting the vision, getting the kills, and finally getting back into this game. The only problem with that play, though, I'd have to say, you're 2 minutes away from the Dragon. There's not a whole lot of neutral objectives.
Diamond earning his paycheck today with hook after hook after hook to pick up a couple for Cloud9, sitting 300 gold ahead of their opponents in Team Liquid. TSM Immortals, let's take a look. Very much still even in those kills. 2 dragons, though, go the way of Immortals. Let's see if they can find their way to a Dragon's Soul and a victory on this first day of play.
And it's not that, hey, I'm going to be much better at the game, but your knowledge increases immediately. Hearing a jungler always say, hey, my red's up at X. I'm going to do jungle here, or I'm going to do this because a mid laner is always doing this at X time. You know, hearing those over and over kind of teach you about a game you're not playing, the jungler's game, the mid's game. So I love hearing what players have to say once they do finally get on a competitive team and what really came to light for them in the beginning. So for the last 5 years now, that's what Norm's been doing on multiple teams here. Playing very, very well. He played his LCS games against FlyQuest and CLG at the end of the season in 2019. So he has had a bit of that LCS love as he played behind Dokla on off day. Definitely a player to watch out for coming into this season. Sion, Nico, Urgot, Ornn, Pyke were some of his favorites in the past.
Spica looks to pick up a Rift Herald for TSM as we hop on over to EG Dig. A fight already breaking out down around the Dragon River.
Because Infernal Drake is up. Like I mentioned before, you do not want to give this up if you're EG, but hold on, Call of the Forge God is coming in. Massive bullet time, able to just sort of squeeze them all in, but that's what evil geniuses wanted. They want to fight in a chokehold, and so they did. Yes, one member went down. Damonte and Brandini both gone, but Matt has also fallen. Svenskeren getting hooked. Ole coming in, but Svenskeren safeguarding away. Lorlo Flash gets the knockup, but cannot claim any prizes just yet. As they continue to hunt for Kumo, and Phoenix will look for his 4th kill, but Lorlo says, no thanks, this one's mine, I need a point on the board. And trading that, a 2-4-3 there.
Matt gets a big hook on Demonte to zero out the most fed member on Dig, but it's not enough as Dignitas continues to extend their lead. CLG FlyQuest, looks like CLG trying to push FlyQuest off of this Rift Herald. Could turn into a fight as the teleport comes in. Watch back there around that bush. Triple.
Gets the flag and drag, finds the dunk. That's a good ultimate though out of Kiana, but that is going to be the Rift Herald kill, and now it's Chaos here. Wind flashes over, but he can't find the kill. Is going to die to Mash on the other side, and FlyQuest Academy with that quick TP have made short work of the most of CLG. Deus, the only one left alive alongside Tuesday, who's actually going back to base. So CLG didn't seem like they were on the same page for that particular encounter. Not only to FlyQuest Academy win the team fight with Revenge's TP, and maybe Triple coming in as well, as I do see it's on cooldown, but Fnatic even...
FlyQuest wanted the fight, they get it, plus a Rift Herald on the back end of it. Over to TSM and Immortals, just cresting that 20-minute mark. Let's take stock of the game, even in gold, but 3 dragons now, count them, 3 dragons in favor of Immortals, just one away from that coveted Dragon Soul.
Team has been seen, besides Apollo and Gate, a little earlier as we've seen in the LCS. Just seems like a year that everybody said, yeah, this is something that can happen. The establishment of the league is there. I want to do this. And we are now seeing a lot of these players building themselves quite a name. Gate and Apollo back to the mid lane. They do have a nice kind of push here, but only a few minions, and it doesn't look like they'll have enough to get the turret down. Speaker could come over the wall. That's going to be the Zenith into the Solar Flare, and now they're going to be getting Gate down. He puts Unbreakable up. Is it going to be enough? It is. The heal comes out as well from Apollo. On the right side, Dokla finally gets the fight he wants, possibly, but he gets deleted immediately. Being behind his lane has cost him for the initiations on this one, and it's a double kill for Potluck, the unsuspecting jungler of Lee Sin, picking up 2 kills. Everybody on Immortals is quite low here, but they're still staying on the front line. Lost trying to do what he can with the flamethrower. Graviton down, and he gets the lockdown, but it's not going to be enough. He gets shut down by Gate, the gatekeeper himself. With no mana there, it's going to be the auto attack, and the final fight leaves 3 standing on each side.
Chaos in the mid lane is lost. Almost pops off to save it all for his squad. But as we pop on over to FlyQuest versus CLG, this just moments ago, looks like we'll get a bit of push here from FlyQuest on the mid lane.
Go quickly. Rift Herald channel, of course, significantly shorter than it was last year. So easy for Revenge to get that down. They're catching on the plates. They might commit for a little bit more here. CLG a little short on ultis. Wind and Phil ready with theirs. So is On. So I think some sort of dive not recommended for FlyQuest Academy. They do instead just take what damage on the tower they can get, and then they'll move themselves back into their respective lanes. Mash gonna stay here in mid for now at 3-0-3. Having not played a professional game in North America for about 2.5 years. His last appearance was in summer
3K lead off of a few turret plates there from FlyQuest, just cresting that 14-minute mark will feel good. Over to EG versus Dig. We can see Dig very much in that driver's seat still as Lorlo looks to split push down yet another turret for himself and extend that one even further.
In the current state, but it's not enough to carry an entire game. It is not a tank Kog'Maw. It is not a Xayah at 20 minutes. It's not a Senna at 30 minutes who is able to infinitely stack and infinitely scale with her souls. You do have slumps. You do have sort of levels and plateaus in your power spiking with Aphelios, and especially when you're struggling here, 4-0-4, 0-1 comparatively. Yes, you're 20 CS up, but that's nothing compared to the 4 kills and 550 gold bounty that Phoenix has. Definitely needs to find a safe space in these fights, and it's extremely hard to when you have cocoons flying left and right. Sleepy Trouble.
From EG Dig to TSM Immortals, 8-9 stands the kill score. Only 2K separates these teams, and as we can see, 30 seconds until that 4th Drake spawns. I expect to see a fight, and a big one at that.
That's his little nook, his reading nook to hide until he can throw a barrel at you. That's where he just got the last play from. And they're starting to lose a little bit of vision control. on the side of TSM. They use some barrels to get vision. Now we see Lost here. Lorm is in a bit of a pinch, but it looks like, Dokla's in a bit of a pinch, but he may want the fight on this. World Ender to the backside. He is going to have Apollo, but instantly, without the crowd control, the team can look at him. Treats perfectly getting into the fight, trying to be that fast brother that Dokla needed. I don't know if it's going to work enough. Everybody on Immortals could see what was coming. It was an open book, and the pages were read very quick. That's going to be evolved on his image. Just his little Mirage evolved over the wall. A few more chains. 1, 2, 3. Can't get the hit to connect, and he will be forced out of that. Again, the fight happening disjointed. Dokla trying to come in, and Treats was there, but just a few seconds off each other. They had a chance to look at Dokla. Dokla had to pop his Zanyas. They had a chance to look at Treats. It was a little 1-by-1 all together. So, if that makes sense. For Immortals. So, Dokla moving back to mid. Still, the pink wards are standing and being secured here. You can see that one wasn't able to be cleared. These fast wards being placed is always giving Immortals the vision that they need. And team members are making sure to come out of base with those pink wards too. Obviously, TS
Kills go over, but I like the look from Immortals, taking the fight to create some space and pick up that Dragon Soul. Straight into some action over at FlyQuest CLG. Big hook gets landed to make sure that that kill is secured onto Phil. FlyQuest in the driver's seat in a one-man power play. Let's see how they capitalize.
Deus, Smash is going to be forced to flash away, but they're going to keep going. Revenge pop the ulti. He's diving straight into the fray. Oh, a double knockup! Flash to the side to find it. That's Win dead. And now the chase continues. Trude's going to get found. Fracas will sacrifice himself to save his mid laner, but FlyQuest Academy continuing to find engagements as Revenge is still going. Once even more, Deus on the top half of your screen also caught out. And it just feels like CLG can't find the right...
Revenge sitting at that 4-0-1 scoreline on the Aatrox. Looking scary as we jump over to EG Dig. A little bit of shuffling around the Baron. Teams looking for position to try and secure that all-important objective. A quick kill coming through. Let's see what Dig decides to do.
The chase is on, but Brandini finds the flash. Phoenix is way too far out of the zone, but he has no problems whatsoever. The rest of his team is there to help him through. Definitely going to fall in just a little time, but so will Matt. And on the back end, Phoenix able to grab Kuma once more with a sliver of health, and Damonte cleans and finalizes the ace with a triple kill. Holy moly, Damonte, you mad lad. So perfectly played from both him and Phoenix. Phoenix getting in with that big, jumping in. It might have been a complete and absolute communicated switcheroo with that taunt. Phoenix walking in saying, I'm gonna bait him out. They're gonna flash on me. I have the stopwatch ready, and perfectly disengages.
The kill ends in an ace. Damonte and Phoenix coming up big for their squad. 15 of the 18 kills at this point. We saw the Dragon Soul being picked off the back end of that. We'll hop back to see that game end in just a moment, but for now, Immortals TSM as TSM looks to mount the defense in the mid lane.
Here for Immortals as they continue to go for engages, and then the re-engage coming in. Spica throws the Zanyas down. They're going to get to the back line. Treats is now the one for focus, and it's Alarim coming into the fight. He says, no, I'm to the back line too. But that quick disruption, showing 4 members of TSM that Alarim could make it to the back line, made them hesitate. And the one member that could get in, once again, Treats goes down. Fantastic ways to take these fights by Immortals here as they're seeing it coming through, and it's becoming a bit easier.
Immortals will push that to a Baron pressure, but let's see what's happening in C9 TL as a quick kill is picked up on the mid laner for Cloud9 with that man advantage and position around the Baron. Let's see if they can secure it. Team Liquid getting in position now to challenge.
Team Liquid Academy looking to collapse, but they're down in a 5v4 fight. They do not want to take this. Baron's down, 4,000 health. Tactical, trying to stay in position. Jenkins goes in, flashes for the Death Realm onto King. Manages to get a lot of damage on him. Meanwhile, the other side of the fight, Failures manages to get a kill onto Rumble. Tactical going extremely low. Is able to stay alive because he goes golden, and actually Team Liquid Academy clean up that fight. Diamond's able to pick up a Phalios, but what does that matter? The Baron is going to go over to red side, and Team Liquid Academy, even down a player, are able to make that fight work. Jenkins especially. Very heads-up play to immediately go for King in the Death Realm. There's no QSS yet. It was bought immediately after the fight, and even though that play won't happen again, this is the advantage that Team Liquid Academy was looking for.
TL gets the Baron defense.
To get the Baron. Very, very...
TL gets the Baron defense and the Baron themselves as we hop on over to EG versus Dig. A skirmish around the Baron. Baron at 2K. Let's see who secures it.
Damonte able to get that solo catch. onto Brandini. Lorlo wasting some more time. Kumo's in the thick of it. Will he be able to steal it? He does not. He falls just in the nick. But Svenskeren steals the Baron? Really? What? But you still died, so what's the point, man? All right, well. Hey, you know, they're not going to push as fast as it is, but it is a full team wipe. And Dig Academy going to be taking the shortest route possible to the Nexus. It's only 15 seconds on Svenskeren, 5 here for Brandini, but I don't think it's going to be one Yordle, one Ninja Yordle that could stop this horde, this powerhouse that is Dignitas Academy, but he's gonna darn try with the Sanyas. Not gonna survive for long, not gonna find any members to go with him. Svenskeren also here as well. They're not going out without a fight. Svenskeren falls immediately as Kumo tries to see if he can grab Demande. Bullet time is denied there by Kumo. Matt trying to find one as well, but the powerhouse is the peeling from the front line of Dig is so darn good as Phoenix shreds the back line of Evil Geniuses Academy and claims the first win.
Sven gets the steal, but Dig gets the win to kick off the Academy 2020 season as we see Immortals looking to do the same thing with a Baron-empowered push and a Dragon Soul. Can they bring this one to a close?
It should be quite fun, and this is just looking like a shellacking here on the front side of the turret. 13-9, just under 30 minutes. Like we're saying, the average game time is going to be fast because once that team can control the Drakes, they control the souls, they control your soul. And when you sell your soul, that is not good. And it looks like they're going to have to buy that one back. It's getting expensive. But if you have a 500 bounty and a 700...
30 minutes in, they're going to let this one breathe after they break the base there for Immortals. We'll check back in just a moment. FlyQuest CLG, past that 20-minute mark. FlyQuest, this is their game to lose. 6K gold advantage. Look at that 80 carry score line. 4-0-5 for the Kaisa. That's where it's going to have to be found for CLG. If they find an answer, it's going to be killing that 80 carry.
It's one of those things that I think's really cool about the changes to the Rift because every map is different. Warding especially, I think supports have maybe had the highest burden ever on having to learn a bunch of new different ward spots, or at least teach them to their teammates. But CLG find the spot there.
Some action over at C9 TL. Let's watch the fight break out here. It's a Baroned up TL, but will they come out with the win?
The Leona, yes, it's nice. Yes, it gets rid of a lot of your CC, but here comes Call of the Forge God for the engage. Cow is caught out. Equalizer, very nice positioning, and they're going to get Mike Young. They're going to get another one. Cow goes down, and Cloud9 Academy, even after losing that huge team fight, will now find Jenkins. Jenkins is in a 4v1. You can't do that, Jenkins. Going golden doesn't help. Death Realm doesn't help. King now has a QSS, so that's going to be another kill. 3 for 0 right now for Cloud9 Academy. And they're going to go for the dragon. This is Dragon Soul to them. That Ocean Dragon, very important at this point in the game. They do get it. No contest. Yusui trying to go on the backside, but Palafox has found great positioning in, and now the mid laner of Team Liquid Academy is extremely low. Tactical also getting in a lot of trouble here. Yusui flashes away, but what does it matter? Tactical also dead for the moment, and a shutdown for King. Dominant in this game. Cloud9 Academy, they're able to turn it around. This fresh roster, completely
Woo! What a fight there in the mid lane for Cloud9 as King comes up with the ultimate, layered on top by the Rumble. We'll get them a nice clean ace as well as a Dragon Soul. But over to TSM Immortals, some action breaking out as Spica get caught, go golden. Can they find it?
Spica's gonna die immediately. We don't speak about that one. Treat's going down as well. They can't even help his team. 3 of the members now inside the base. Well, 2, as one goes down outside. But Evolved and Lost, the only ones able to make it back alive. As Alorum is now 7-0-3 with a 4-0-9. Apollo firing Mystic shots over his shoulder. I didn't think you could say the word Mystic and Urgot in the same sentence. It's just not beautiful. But it is happening, and the inhibitor in the mid lane has gone down. It looks like Immortals, as they return, want to show that they are quite unkillable in a few lanes, and they will be taking the first win of the season for themselves over TSM Academy. What a team they put together on this side. We thought about it on both sides. Teams looked great, and Immortals were able to find the composition.
That engage coming out of Team Liquid Academy completely foiled by Cloud9. Very good stuff coming out of the defending team right now. As we do see Cal and Mordekaiser pushing up a little too hard. Jenkins forced to run away as well. And with Mike Young going so low so fast, I have to feel like if he had gone down there, that would have been the game for Cloud9 Academy. So far, though, Cloud9 Academy just going to be happy with their win. They didn't die. They stayed alive. Everything is going well. But as I say that, Jenkins getting the split push on. This might be a path to victory. This is a way to delay the game. Just push the bot side, try to get some extra gold into the pockets, and make sure your Mordekaiser can duel whoever he needs to. Preferably King, but since his QSS is already out, maybe you just go for Palafox instead at this point. Team Liquid Academy looking for options right now. They have to push the mid side, but Jenkins, no one's answering him. Palafox just backed, and that's already 2/3 of the tower's health down in the bot side, but here comes the engage from Cloud9 Academy. Fudge goes in, Diamond for the flash Q. That's gonna be a nice hook onto Cal, once again going down. And the Inferno Moonlight Vigil does a lot of damage, just not enough at this point in the game. Extremely low as Thresh, and Diamond dies. Meanwhile, the Equalizer comes out onto Tactical. Tactical gets ulted by the Rek'Sai, and Rek'Sai is pushed away again as the Cataclysm comes down on Palafox, but he has the Zanyas, and he is ready to take that out. A triple kill for King. He is out of control in this one, and he has shown what a ruler can do. Put the crown on. This is Cloud9 Academy's game. They're gonna push in for the Nexus. They're gonna push in for the win, and Team Liquid Academy, a great early start, but just not enough to finish the game. Cloud9 Academy, the response, the plays, the moves. What was that? King showing the power of OCE and why this minor region might just have the potential to take it all the way. Nexus fall.
C9 gets to walk that one in for a victory off of a one-team fight. This replay happening moments ago over in FlyQuest CLG, our only remaining game yet to finish. Let's take a look at how it breaks down. As we can see, fighting over that Dragon, FlyQuest looking to secure the Dragon Soul. Some action in the backline. The Dragon Soul comes through. Let's see if Revenge can find the final kill here on to win. The only damage dealer, that would be any threat. And there it is, the clean ace for FlyQuest. Let's go ahead and jump to live and see what that has got them.
A miracle of a juke to not die there despite getting his support killed as a result, as Phil did come in to save his new bot laner. But CLG taking the opportunities they are given. They feels like they won't get many this game. Good equalizer again from Triple. Again, another great juke down from Wind, and he's out of there. Wasn't going to be a route, to be fair, so Wind just avoiding any follow-up damage, but does avoid it. No follow-up flashes or abilities to be used, and Triple, you would think, would have a flashless Emma on lockdown there with the equalizer. Wind just fairly casually walks away from it. 10,000 gold up now though for FlyQuest Academy. 3 items finished there for Triple, same story for Revenge, and 4 for Mash, who again has just received so much gold over the course of this game. Likely worth the revisiting exactly how we got here, because again, we've praised so much of the FlyQuest Academy topside for making sure fights go their way, but Mash has certainly not put a foot wrong in the team fights. More than 60 CS ahead of his lane opponent at this point, although again, I think that's more a product of the total map control that FlyQuest Academy have than necessarily anything going too wrong in laning phase. But CLG Academy, I wonder if they're rethinking that level 1, because it did not go well. I know CLG are generally known as an organization for their strong level 1 preparation, but FlyQuest Academy feeling more than prepared for that little encounter, and it hasn't looked much better from their Revenge. Also, again, we're going to make another big play. Tuesday's going to be the target. Pops the ulti, ready to go. Here comes Ornn again, but free to play talent will stun too. Ornn is looking good. Decent knock up, and again, Revenge just can't be stopped. Tuesday Shockwave just not going to make it happen. GA's going to revive Revenge. He'll take down Fragus, and at this point, FlyQuest Academy just happy to throw themselves at the enemy. Wind, low Revenge, going to get himself a flash. Needs to keep killing Wind again. Continues to juke, but cannot juke the last auto with Aatrox's ultimate. And Tuesday running back towards the Nexus. This does seem like the curtain call, as FlyQuest Academy in style are going to finish the first Academy game of Spring 2020. A team that finished 10th with an absolutely rocking start to this split. I think Revenge happy to have his new teammates around, because everyone has fired this game. Tuesday, no ulti, not much hope. Maybe just going to not get himself killed for the rest of this game. The Nexus does go down. FlyQuest Academy will claim their first victory.
FlyQuest picking up their first win of the 2020 Academy season. CLG, though, the first team in that game to try and stab for some blood, and it was all flipped on its head in that early invade. FlyQuest from then on out, able to push it towards a victory. Plenty of Dragon Souls picked up in today's Academy games. We'll see if they continue to go that long, but it's good to see the map changes, the rift changes being utilized to their fullest. And just like that, our first block of Academy Rush has come to a close. A special thank you to Cage in the Rage and Coco the Dragon for helping out with tonight's games. Be sure to follow them on Twitter. We brought you as much of tonight's action as we could muster, but if you want to see any of these matchups from beginning to end, the full games will be available on our LoL Esports VODs and Highlights YouTube channel. Stay tuned, though, because we've got one more game before we go off the air. Golden Glue of the Golden Guardians will be joining me and Riv to cover Golden Guardians Academy versus 100 Thieves. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.